Well, hello everyone, my name is Primo. Welcome back to this episode of ATS Showcases, and also welcome to Cody. Yes, we are sitting here just on the outskirts of Cody, Wyoming, and I'm going to be checking it out because this area is really nice. If you look just behind me here, that Rocky Mountain scenery is just beautiful. And speaking about just beautiful, we are here in this W900 that I have configured along it with our Rocky Mountain double silo trailer here, our silo dry bulks. They are really nice. I like what I did here with the chrome and the white and the black. It just looks really good. So let's go ahead and get this W900 started up. Unfortunately, I'm not using any engine mods for those who were wanting to hear some nice W900 engine sounds, but I'm not really running any mods. Actually, I'm not running any mods at all with the betas so far. I know quite a few of them are working, but I just don't feel like I don't feel like testing my luck, especially with... Oh, cart! There's an accident right off the beginning. Lovely. Anyways, so today we're hauling about 65,000 pounds of animal food from here in Cody over to Sheridan, so it's going to be a pretty good delivery. Hopefully not too long, but we've got quite a few things to talk about, or at least a few main blog posts here. But we're going to just kind of explore, and actually I should say enjoy the beautiful scenery here of the evening of Cody. So I've decided to do a bit of an evening journey here. To be honest, we haven't done one for quite a while, so it will probably go into night by the time this delivery is done. But it's nice to have another evening shot, see some beautiful sunset views here, hopefully in a matter of a few minutes. And yeah, it's going to be really nice to just explore some new areas in this new road all the way over the Sheridan. As far as I know, the majority of it has been completely redone, or added in for that matter. So it's going to be really nice to see. And I mean, Cody so far is just a really nice kind of more small town feel. That's always nice to have, and we should probably get over to the right lanes here, as we are, you know, we're doing that truck thing in the left lane. That's totally realistic. But yeah, just look at these ownable cistern dry bulk trailers. They are just a work of art. And I mean, I'm patting myself a bit on the back here with the configuration I decided to go run with today. I don't know. That's just I'm a sucker for chrome. And then high contrast color, so white and black. I mean, it does look sharp, I have to say. But yeah, no, it's nice to be over here in Cody and exploring this new area, so hopefully we're not stuck in lice for the rest of it. But let's get on to some blog posts. So we'll start off with Texas. We recently just had a blog post on the rest stops that are going to be coming within the DLC, and over 24 rest stops to be exact. Now we also have ones in the major truck stops that we know from past blog posts, or at least a major past blog post on the truck stops themselves. But these are the various rest points, just like actually I was pulled off on the side there at the beginning of this video. It was technically in a rest spot there. All these little bits just around the DLC, whether they're actually rest stations or if they're more of a, well, just a little pull off on the side of the road. It's really nice to have some various other kind of more unique areas, and each of them are very much unique for the Texas DLC. Some different rest areas all across the map for you to enjoy. So whether you want to be more in an urban area, or if you're focusing more in an urban area, or if you're more rural, you'll have plenty of different options for your rest areas, presuming you do have fatigue on and you're trying to simulate that. If you're not, kind of like me in this save with ATS Showcases, maybe they're a little less important, but they're important no matter which way you look at it, both visually and simulation-wise as well. Now, Montana, we've had a couple blog posts here, so we'll start with the first one that came out, which was the Glacier National Park blog post. Similar to some of the other national parks that are in ATS already, you can only haul your truck really through, or drive your truck through many of the areas in the Glacier National Park, but you can haul some things along some of the roads, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's supposed to mimic real life, where you'd have to get permits and so on to actually be able to drive in some of the roads, and some of them are just completely off access to trucks in general. But the ones that are completely off access to trucks, I'm pretty sure SCS Software have kind of bent the rules a little bit on certain sections of the mountain roads to be able to, for you to be able to actually, you know, explore the DLC itself and see the beautiful things. And of course, there will be, I'm sure, viewpoints in and around that area, considering the amount of work that's probably gone into it on the detailing side. So it'll be nice to be able to show that off. So you can expect to probably have a few viewpoints in and around the Glacier National Park, as there'll be some pretty nice cutscenes, I would say, for the viewpoints. I know there may not be an engine sound, but I do like listening to the truck just accelerate here in ATS. Sometimes you gotta appreciate the base game ones, because not all people like to run the mods, and so I like to appreciate the engine sounds that we do have in ATS, and I have to say that the W900 is definitely a pretty good sounding engine, all things considered, even when you compare it to mods in ATS. So, you know, sometimes I like to just listen to it. Now, moving on to the next Montana DLC blog post that we had was on the capital city of Helena. Whether you say Helena or Helena, as I was corrected on the Prime News, even though I had looked up how to pronounce it, and I still managed to get it wrong. Helena is the way that you say, apparently, the capital city of Montana. So it's really significant, that blog post, because for those who've been around a while for the past DLC releases, whenever SCS Software gets around to I say get around, but whenever SCS Software release a blog post on the capital city of that state, it really does mean that the state is nearing to completion, and it's just a kind of a more symbolism point. And for the capital city, that generally means that we're only a couple blog posts out, or maybe even one blog post out from the gameplay videos that will come, the official gameplay videos, which is really, really exciting for us to see. Long story short, Montana seems to be well on its way, and I'm just excited to have it coming. I'm going to apologize. Today's video is probably going to have quite a bit of cuts in it. I'm having issues, and we're just going to continue around here. I'm having issues with recording stuttering today. I do know that there was a Windows update attempting to be downloaded just before I started, so odds are that's probably a culprit here. Something's not happy, so there's going to be probably some cuts just with major hang-ups. I've had a couple of them already. Hopefully it's not too bad, and hopefully the video does come together nicely. It's not the way I like to do it. I like to just be able to go straight through, but you know what? Sometimes things happen that are out of my control, and you just gotta roll with it. But let's continue along here. These nice roads. I think this is still part of the new section here. Let's just look on the map, and I believe it would be. Yes, there's Cody right there where we come through. And yeah, we're on the 14 going over the Sheridan, and I think this is all still part of the new bit, which is really quite nice. I'd like to do lots of cinematic outside shots, but we've also got to try and stay on the road, like I almost went off there, and try not to speed, because, well, I guess speed limit did go up there. When I went in the inside just before going around that corner, it looked like it was 40, but I guess it went to 65 at some point, and I must have missed the sign, so whatever, that's all fine. But it's nice to be doing another evening delivery. I know I touched on it earlier, but I mean, just going through these canyons, just look at this, these canyon roads, just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Nice sunset on the rocks itself. It's just a really nice sight to see. The lighting engine for ATS and ATS2 that came in, is at 1.40 now. Whenever that lighting system revamp came in, that changed, I think, American Truck Simulator and ATS2 for the best. It really changed the way that you get immersed into the various games, and yeah, it's just truly incredible to have so many different skyboxes and so many different lighting ways that it works, and it looks so much more realistic. It looks really, really good how it reflects off of stuff. Now it does of course change how your system is. If your system is a higher end system, it probably looks even better than what I'm doing. It's hard. The rest of my system is very, very powerful. At least it's fairly powerful, because all things considered. It's just my GPU that lacks. As unfortunate as it is, it's the way it is. And we're just going to have to hopefully wait it out for not too much longer, but hopefully sooner than later there can be a bit of an upgrade here. But we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer, because there's still weird stuff with availability and things with GPUs and pricing and all that weird stuff. So we just got to hope that stuff settles back out faster sooner, but hopefully it comes along well. But nonetheless, the games, or both ATS and ATS2, generally speaking, run quite well, and it does look really quite amazing on my system, so I can't believe what it would look like on a system that like runs 4K ultra graphics. That would be pretty incredible, fairly incredible indeed. Now I have to say it's been kind of rough for me in the last little bit. Rough, not necessarily in a negative way, but rough in the sense of trying to be able to get lots of content out for you guys. Prime News is about as much as I can do, and even still, I'm noticing I've got a little bit of rust on my commentary for doing some of the longer things. I've got to get back into it a little bit more. It's not that I don't want to do it or anything like that. It's just a matter of time and my energy. So it's just I just kind of have to go with it and hope for the best, really, in some points. So some videos are going to be better than others. Some of my pronunciation and just the flow of the videos, you'll notice, will be better than others. It depends on the day that I've had. It depends on how long it's been since a longer episode release. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just some days are rough for doing this, and as I've just kind of, some days it feels like I've lost almost my touch on it, and some days it's a lot better, which is in a way frustrating at times, but also it's just the way it is, and I've got to make do with that, and just hope that hope that it all stays fine. But like today, I think it's been, even with my various issues, which is probably part of the problem for my commentary as well, I'm focusing on various other things. It's been just a bit of an issue with trying to keep things flowing and not just get hung up almost on trying to say things, just almost stuttering. Even though I don't have a stutter problem, or I shouldn't say stutter, even though I don't have a stutter at all, sometimes my brain just does not want to, or my lips don't want to say what my brain is thinking, and it doesn't come out well, or just doesn't come out at all. So as annoying as it is, it's what I've got to do. And yeah, this part we've been to before. I think this is actually where I came up and actually stopped with the RV, the Freightliner Cascadia RV, because I remember going up to that viewpoint spot up on the hill there. So a little bit of a maybe not regurgitated content going up. So now we're actually going down this section, but that's all good. So the majority of the trip though in that beautiful area was stuff that I hadn't seen before, whether it was all new or not. I think more of the new section continued through Cody, obviously towards the western side of Wyoming. So maybe we'll have to go that way, or maybe come from, I guess it'd be Jackson, up and through to Cody instead of from Cody down. I'll have to try probably check some of that out for an upcoming episode, which hopefully, I don't need indicator, I don't know what I'm doing there. Hopefully it's sooner than later. As of right now, as you guys can probably tell, upload schedules are pretty much nothing. I've got lots of exciting stuff happening soon for the channel. But it's just a matter of kind of getting stuff wrapped up, to be honest with you, and having a little bit more time to do it, which hopefully, if you're watching this on the day of release, which hopefully is Tuesday, this week, generally speaking, should have a little bit more content, but also it may not. It may depend on stuff. For those who may not have been keeping up with the news, we recently had a pretty big outage with one of the Canada's largest networking providers, and now fortunately I wasn't really impacted, at least on the internet side, but there have been also some other issues since then, and so there is a little bit of fluctuation on things that we may just have to wait and see how it goes. But hopefully this week has a little bit more content for you guys, a little bit more normal stuff, I guess you could say, and hopefully I'm a little bit more smooth with commentary and various things. But yeah, it's just the way it is, and it is really getting dark, and this is a little bit my arch nemesis here right now, because my panel I use, my main monitor for this, actually isn't IPS. So I can't really see when it gets too dark here. I see, of course, the vehicle in front of me and the gauges and stuff, but everything else just goes completely pitch black. So I really don't have a ton of distance in front of me here that I can actually see. So I'm going to hang back from that guy just a little bit, and hopefully I don't miss my turn at some point. I think we are getting close to Sheridan though, so that's always good. But yeah, it looks like the stuttering has kind of smoothed out there a little bit on the video side. Can't say the same for my commentary, but that's okay. You gotta just go with it, and today has just been one of those days that I'll have to just deal with. So let's get around this corner and go from here. I mean, at least we got into the section that already, I guess I should say, existed prior, while there was still, when it got dark. At least we did all the new stuff when it was a little bit lighter out, so you guys could kind of see that. That's always my concern with the evening. My evening deliveries is that even though it's kind of nice to change it up sometimes, you can't really actually see what I'm supposed to be showcasing, and that's the biggest problem. But you know what? It's the way it is, and for those who are watching on better displays than I have, probably thinking, you can see just fine. Well, I can't, so that kind of ruins it for me in a way too. But I do have to say, we got to pull in for an inspection. Big shock there. I do have to say a big thank you to everyone who has been continuing to support the channel and continues to grow the channel as well. Wait, where is the way station? Do I have to pull into this a little bit over here? My mouse has been acting up as well, which is just lovely. I don't want to go back that way. Do I have to just pull in? Oh, I guess I just have to go into the scales at the exit here. So that's always lovely. Got to go into a rest point with a scale to be able to do my inspection. That's a new one. I guess it's realistic in a sense, but I don't think I've actually ever had to pull off the highway like this to do an inspection. I'm just going to California roll, keep some momentum rolling here because we do have a fairly heavy load. I'm going to be honest, most of the time you just kind of it's just a little off ramp, and that's about that. But interesting though how this is working. It looks like all the trucks are doing it, so it's not just me, which is good to know. I'm not going in the wrong spot. Yeah, it's often you just have to pull off on the side, so it's kind of different to have to actually come off into a whole other edit area. It's kind of cool off the exit. I'm not going to complain then. It's kind of interesting. That guy just rolled right through. Okay, that's fine. We're going to actually stop because, we actually have to. There we go. Inspection. Perfect. Yeah, I know it's not in perfect technical state. Yeah, it's not. Good old incident right off the beginning. Just wrecked the delivery. It always does. Set me off kilter a little bit. It's always the way it is with me. Always the way. It's the prime way of doing things. If you don't crash right off the beginning and get it out of the way, then it's just going to be a bad delivery. Why are these guys going so slow? Come on, you can pick it up a little bit. I mean, it is only like 10-mile-an-hour speed limit in the yard. I mean, that's pretty slow if you ask me, but to each their own, I guess. I think I'll meet you guys back out in the highway. This is going to take a bit. Finally, those guys took absolute ages it felt like to get out of there. So let's spin around here, get back on the highway, and finish off our delivery. As I was saying before I had to pull into the way station, thank you all for continuing to support the channel and grow it. We are now well over 1,800 subscribers, so we're getting nearly, very, very close to the 2,000 subscriber mark, which is absolutely crazy. The support around the channel is absolutely phenomenal, even with the inconsistent uploads, the seemingly, at times nasty commentary to try and listen to, and just how broken at times it is, and the way some of the issues I've had that, I mean, I guess it kind of gets edited out, so maybe you guys don't really know, but it's been really appreciated, the continued support around here, so I can't ask for more, and especially with, I mean, in a sense, just how busy I've been and how not as much focus I've wanted to do for various uploads and stuff around here has been happening. It's nice to know that there's still a lot of growth happening on the channel, even when I don't put stuff out, and the support is still there for whenever I do, and you guys seem to enjoy whatever I do put out. And you know what, some showcases are going to do better than others, and some showcases are going to feel better than others to do. But that's the way it is. You just got to go with it. But we've got some really exciting stuff coming, of course, with the stuff for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 with 1.45 and the stuff that's rolling out with it. But mainly around the channel, we also have some pretty cool things coming. Oops, hit the horn, didn't mean to do that. Pretty cool things coming very, very soon. So keep an eye out on the channel for that, because you'll want to pay attention to what's happening, which is really, really neat. But let's come over here to my delivery point finally after this delivery seemingly of taking ages. Yeah, it's just one thing after another with this session. There's Windows update as mentioned at the beginning, which is probably throwing off stuff, and then I think it's probably done, but then there was a notification and I'm probably gonna have to cut a one chunk out. Hopefully it's not too long, because then it's pinged and started beeping it, like pinging at me on my desktop. It's like, you've got this new update available, and then it started doing the Windows noise, and then because of my wheel and stuff, I don't know what it was trying to do. Then it thought it was like entering something and it wasn't, and then it was, you know, the disconnect USB. All my USBs just seemingly died on me. It's been one of those things, but whatever, it's the way it is. A little bit more of a rough delivery, but at least we finished it. It's the curse of the evening deliveries. It feels like the last time I did an evening delivery, something went wrong too. So maybe we'll have to go back to the day deliveries. But thank you all so much for watching. What an episode. I mean, beautiful truck, beautiful area, but my word, I've got some bad luck when it comes to comes to some stuff, and just it throws me off, and then I'm just off my game. But thank you guys so much for the support. Even with these rougher episodes, it does mean a lot, the help, or all the support around the channel. It means a ton. All the suggestions for things, all the corrections on pronunciation. It's nice to have your feedback here on the channel, and I do appreciate it. So thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.